Here we have a lovely Word document, a brief history of San Francisco that a writer has written. And here in InDesign, we have a brief history of San Francisco, the layout document, into which I, as the designer, want to import that Word file into these waiting text frames, right? Very common scenario. Let's go back to Word. I want to show you a way that you can get those Word files into your InDesign layouts with a minimum of fuss and maintaining all of your formatting in InDesign. Because I see so often designers who, every time they place a Word file, they strip out all of the formatting because it's just easier for them to start from scratch. And sometimes that might be the best solution. But if the Word user applied styles fairly consistently, not perfectly, but just fairly consistently, and you have styles in your InDesign document ready to go, then you can do something called mapping styles. As you import the Word file, it will automatically take on the correct styles in InDesign. So let me show you how to do that. First, you have to open up the Word file. You can't just take the doc or docx file that gets emailed to you and flow it in. You have to open it up and take a look at what the styles look like to see if it's a candidate for mapping styles. In recent versions of Microsoft Word for PCs and for Macs, you see the styles in two different places. One in the formatting toolbar, which I don't have open. It's not open by default. And the other place in a styles toolbox. And this is the better way to look at styles. You can open this up from the View menu, go down to Toolbox Styles, or in the ribbon here, in the Home ribbon to the right of Styles, the bottom right icon will open and close the Styles thing. So here we see that their headline they called Heading 1, and their body copy they're calling Paragraph, and this one is First Paragraph. Often this will say Normal, and they'll be using Normal for their body copy style. They have some local formatting, it looks like. If I click on this California, it's first paragraph plus italic. This is how Word tells you that there's local formatting. And this one, though, where it says Miwok, is not local formatting. It is instead a character style. So you can see where it says location with the little lowercase a means that that's a character style. Paragraph styles have the normal Pilcrow symbol, the paragraph symbol. And then this L, let's see if this is local formatting. No, this is also a character style called initial. So this is all good information to know. Now, you don't have to memorize this. Just keep it open in Word. And then go over to InDesign, and let's place this document. I'm going to go to File, Place, and there is our Word document. You want to make sure that you're going to show import options. It's not turned on by default, but the last time that I imported a file during this session, I had it turned on, so it's remembering that. Or you can just hold down the Shift key whenever you double-click on a file in the Place dialog box, and that will always open up that intermediary dialog box that gives you some options. Now, this is the one that most people use, Remove Styles and Formatting, but we're not going to use that. We're going to preserve the styles, but we're going to map them. I wish that this option down here said Map Styles, but it doesn't. You have to turn on Customize Style Import to see the word Style Mapping. Click that, and it shows you all the Word styles on the left and your InDesign styles on the right. There is one case where they had a style called Subhead, and so do we, and that automatically gets mapped. That's what they call the style name conflict. But the other ones, you have to say, wherever Word is using the normal style, what should InDesign use? I usually use basic paragraph format, or basic paragraph right here, if I know that they're not using normal for like the body style or something. But I know that they're using paragraph. They're using that for body style. So I'm going to map paragraph style in Word to body style in InDesign. And I have a style for first paragraph as well called body first. For heading, I think I'm going to use title. Now, there's nothing, horrible if you get it wrong. You can always change this later after you've imported the Word document. You might need to go back and apply some different styles, but you're trying to get the basics done here. And don't forget about the character styles. Initial, they use for that capital L. I have one called drop cap here. And location, I have one called place name. I'm ignoring these ones called balloon text or heading one character because I didn't see that right off the bat in Word, and I'll just deal with those manually after I import it. But the idea is that you map most of the styles that you can, just to save yourself a ton of work down the line. Click OK. By the way, if you're going to consistently get files from the same author all the time and they use the same kind of formatting, you might as well choose Save Preset. In fact, I almost always choose Save Preset after I've mapped styles, because that way I don't have to go through every single style and map them again in case I change my mind and redo it. So I'll just call this First Import. So it remembers your style mapping. Click OK. And I'm going to click right here in the first frame, which are already threaded. Oh, look at that. How beautiful. It automatically threaded down here. And we have our character styles for place names. We have our subheads. We have our drop cap. Excellent. If we look in the paragraph styles panel, we don't have any pesky word imported styles. Everything has been mapped to InDesign paragraph styles and character styles. Mapping styles. It's a beautiful thing.